Interesting exchange on CNN yesterday about whether or not Tea Party people are radicals. So here's the exchange on CNN yesterday between, the so-called liberal Clinton News Network. This was an exchange between the anchor and the reporter. The anchor was talking about the events in Washington, D.C. He says that, quote, the sort of Tea Party radicals, if you like, who kicked all this off, they electorally are safe. And he goes on a little more. Before he gets to the question, the CNN reporter, Jim Acosta, says this. He says, well, Michael, first of all, let's be careful about using the term radical, because a lot of these folks feel like they're standing on principle today, even though they don't come out on top of this. So what's really going on? And I'll tell you what's going on. The folks at CNN have been cowed by the people at Brent Bozell's Media Research Council and Rush Limbaugh and all the other right-wing demagogues who are quick to pounce on anyone in the media who's actually accurate and fair. They want the media to bend over backwards to make right-wing extremism seem normalized, to seem mainstream. And Jim Acosta, who I have no beef with in general as a reporter, is basically trying to play it safe to pander to more advertising and not get criticized himself. But he is 100% wrong in his notion that somehow you can't be a radical just because you're standing on principles. Well, every radical would contend they're standing on principles. I'm a Muslim extremist, and if anyone isn't following my religion, they deserve to blow up. That's a principle. It's also fairly radical. And when you shut the government down, when you threaten to default by not extending the debt limit, when you attempt to put the entire world into economic calamity, all because of some extreme, bizarre interpretation of a principle, sorry, Jim, that does make you a radical. And when you do something that's never been done in the history of the United States before, actually trying to get the government to default on debt, that's radical. It's the opposite of normal course of business.